Too. Okay, all right, ladies. Well, welcome to the summer launch. We have some amazing products that we are launching, and they're launching May 16th. So if you're watching this before May 16th, let your customer know if you want any of these products because they're incredible and you can pre-order them with your consultant. So my name is Beth Lang, sales director with Mary Kay, and I have my hair all pulled back because I'm going to demonstrate these products to you tonight and show you a technique that is featured in our summer catalog that's also coming out this month. So, catalog looks like this. Your consultant may have sent you one via mail and they'll be coming in a couple of weeks, or you might be receiving it as an e-link. And so you can look at it on your phone, which is super fun. You can order it right from the catalog, order products right from your catalog. But I'm going to walk you through the new summer products and that are launching, and they're so fantastic. So when you open up the front page of this catalog, you see all of the products. And they start with our new foundation that is launching with all of the other summer products. This is a brand new switch of an entire line of products. And I'm going to spotlight myself so you can see. All right. Okay. All right. Well, welcome. As people are coming on, I see Barb. Barb, let me know who you are a guest of. Welcome, Barb Donahue. Amy, Lynn, Dawn, or Erin? Is Barb one of your guests? Yours, Lynn? Okay, awesome. Welcome, Barb. Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. We are just getting started. Well, I'm going to put Barb's name down on a ticket because all of our guests that are on tonight are going to go into a drawing for one of our summer products. So, Barb, you're going in the drawing. So let me put your name down. All right. Well, we are going to dive in tonight into our summer products. I'm going to show you what all of them are, and then I'm going to talk about them individually, and then I'm going to show them on my face. So I am going to, actually, I'm going to do a little face wash tonight, but I wanted to come on here showing you what my face looks like. I've had this makeup on since 8 o'clock this morning, and it's, oh, all of the new foundation. We have two new cream cheek colors that can also be a cheek and lip. So I actually have it on my cheeks and my lip. So we've got some cream cheek colors that are new. We have a new Fanorama mascara. So I've got the new, it defines and lifts. I've had this on since 8 o'clock this morning. I'm like going to poke my eye out before the night is over. And then we've got some tools that are new. We've got one new tool, and it is our new foundation sponge, which I love. I love the sponge so much. It is my new favorite foundation tool. So I'm going to walk you through all of these products. I'm going to do a quick face wash and show you how to apply some of these products with a technique called underpainting. Underpainting. I'd never heard of underpainting until I got our catalog and flipped through. And one of the things that's so great about our catalog is that it is like a little encyclopedia of skincare and cosmetics. It has information, it has well not only information, but it has technique so you can know how to use these products. So I especially love the cosmetic application techniques because trends come and go. And so Mary Kay is always on top of teaching us these things. So this makeup's been on all day long. 8 o'clock, I have been outside. It's getting warm here where I live. Walked my dog a couple of times, watered my plants, had appointments. It was a busy day. And my makeup, look, it's still like this. I've done nothing to touch it up except for reapply my lipstick before I got on. So it's pretty fantastic. Okay. All right, ladies, we're going to start with describing the new Mary Kay foundation. It is our Time-Wise 3D foundation. And I want to start by showing you the tip. So I have had this foundation for about a month. I have had all of the shades. I just got them this week, and I've spent the weekend and today matching people's colors with this foundation. And I have had the best feedback. I personally have loved the product, and my guests over the weekend, we had so much fun matching people's shades and finding the perfect match. So the first thing I want to show you is the tip of this applicator. It's a needle nose tip. And it was interesting on Saturday when I was um, demonstrating this with my first group. I asked them for feedback after they'd already given me a lot of feedback. And one of the guests said, I love the tip. I love the tip. It helps you to control how much product comes out so you're not like getting too much. So she loved the tip. And she has used our old foundation, our last foundation, and she said, this is fantastic. She loved the tip. All of them, every person that put it on their face said, it feels just like a second skin. It's so soft, I can hardly feel it at all. Like, really can't feel it at all. We got the perfect match for every single person. We, gosh, one gal, she kept going, oh my gosh, the red is gone. The red is gone. It neutralized the red off of her cheeks. So, such fantastic feedback on this foundation. We love that this foundation is not only a cosmetic, but it is also good for your skin. It's got vitamin B3, which brightens your skin. It's got resveratrol, which is full of antioxidants, which helps block free radicals, which cause cancer. So resveratrol is found in things like red wine and blueberries, all kinds of antioxidants. And it also has peptides that builds collagen, so it keeps your skin firm. So when you've got this on your face, it is also doing good things for your skin. It comes in a matte formula and a luminous formula. And this is, I am surprised by. I have always been a matte girl, always. And I have tried using the luminous and I love it. I heard recently from a sales director friend that recommended that if you're over 35, you may want to consider the luminous formula. It gives a little more of a dewy look, which keeps your skin looking a little more hydrated and youthful. So I'm loving the feel of it. Our last luminous formula, I could not wear. It was just felt too heavy. This doesn't feel heavy. It feels light. It feels wonderful. So that is our new Time Wise Liquid Foundation. And if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, consultants and guests that are on tonight. You can just pop them in the chat and I will answer for you. All right. Second is the tool I will show you, which is the sponge. This sponge, this is my sponge I've been using for liquid, but you can also use it for dry powder. For a liquid use, you would get this sponge wet, wring it out several times, and I'm going to show you how to use it. For the dry, and what's so great, look, it's got this pointed tip to help get around all these things. This is rounded and it helps just blend it. And then this flat right here is used for powder foundation. So you leave the sponge dry, you pat this in the powder, and you press it into your skin. It's called baking. It's called baking. That's the technique. It's called baking. So, okay, we've got that. Then we've got our cream cheek color. And what I love about these cream cheek colors, every year we've got a product that when you buy it, $1 of it goes to our Mary Kay Charitable Foundation that supports cancer research, ending domestic violence, and enriching and helping women all over the world. So you've got 2 shades in this. They're full of jojoba oil and vitamin E, so they're great for your skin. You can use them on your cheeks and your lips. So put them in your pocket, in your purse, love it. And then we've got our mascara, our Fanorama mascara. So we loved our Fanorama mascara, the last version. It fanned out your lashes and really defined them. This does that, plus it gives a lift to your lashes, which I worked with a customer yesterday and she's like, I feel like I need a lift to my lashes. I'm like, well, here you go. This is what we're going to use is this. And it was fantastic. So it did indeed just give a lift to her lashes. It was really interesting to compare her 2 eyes. Okay. Anybody have any questions on these products before I demonstrate them to you? Anybody have any questions about anything? What do you, as you look at those, you guys can unmute yourself. What either guests or consultants, what are you excited about with these products? The foundation, the sponge, the cheek color, or the Um, Mascara.
I'm
Anybody?
excited. I'm excited about the foundation because here you talking about how like someone put it on and the redness was disappearing because I have been going through the process of no matter what I do, you can still see a red nose. You can still see. So excited to see what it does because I've been using the CC cream, but
Uh-huh.
I it's almost all gone. So I'm kind of excited that I can go to the new one and try it out and decide if it'll help with what I need because yeah, I don't need to look. It's like I almost don't even need any blush because it's so
Mm,
red.
yeah.
So
Yep.
so
Well
that's something I'm
done.
excited about.
Yes, that's interesting. I have someone that had been using the CC cream. She liked the coverage of this better, and she said it feels just as light as the CC cream. So I think that's pretty high praise. All right, I just took off my eye makeup remover with the oil-free eye makeup remover. Look at that. So wonderful. It just dissolved it and took it right off. No streaks. And now I'm going to use the micellar water to do a pre-clean of my face. So this is just loosening up all of the makeup and dirt on my skin. And I wanted to show you this because some of you, if you're a guest or if you are watching this later, haven't seen these two products and they're so fantastic. So I use this every night to pre-clean. It's kind of like sweeping the dirt off of your floor before you mop. So it just kind of starts getting some of the stuff off. And then I'm going to use Time Wise Repair Cleanser. And ladies, I will tell you, consultants, as you prepare to do some matching of foundations with people, some testings, you want to start by washing their face and getting a good Mary Kay moisturizer on so you get a full effect of what this foundation looks like because you need to have it cleansed and hydrated to get the full effect. So that's super important. So when I tested this over the weekend on my test panels, I used the TimeWise cleanser and then the hydrator. So we did those two things. And then I did the primer. Let me get my face wash in here. I did the foundation primer and had people test it one side of their face with a primer and one without. So they could give that a try. It was so funny. I had a I had a guest and she said, "Oh, I think I have some of this primer in my bathroom. I need to use it." And the next morning I saw her at church and she goes, "Beth, I use that primer. That's really good stuff." Sometimes we have to have appointments with our customers to remind them of the product they have in their bathroom that maybe they're not using. But it is so, ladies, it's so important that you are sitting with people regularly with your customers, checking in on them, making sure they're understanding how to use the product they have in their bathrooms. Because we don't want any Mary Kay product not being used. The same lady, she said to me, she said, "Beth, that was so fun." She said, "I had such a good time at that class." And the thing that I like about having multiple people at a class where we are matching foundation is you can give feedback. You can have people look across the table and give their feedback. Too light, too dark, too yellow, too pink. And I told everybody, you guys, I said, "I'm new to this. I have never done this before with this product." So I said, school is never out for the professional. So I need all of you to help me. And so they were thrilled to be able to help me. And it was so helpful to me to have other people's eyes helping train mine to learn this foundation. So when you are reaching out to people, you 100% want to let them know, "I am learning a new foundation shading system and I need help." And it actually works best if I have 3 to 4 people around the table so we can give feedback. So I actually recommend that. So I did some individuals over the weekend, but I really enjoyed um, having more people looking at the same time. All right. So I have washed my face. I have put my day lotion on, and now we're going to talk about underpainting. So this is a technique that is trending for summer. And it is all listed in your catalog that you're going to get on page 12. And it is the idea is that you're kind of reversing how you would maybe normally apply your makeup. And it gives kind of a dewy skin effect. And so you're going to start with hydration. So I just hydrated, got some hydration. This recommends the nourishing oil. So you could put on you could, after you hydrate your skin, you could put the nourishing oil on. And then it's going to start here. So this is the reverse part of things. I want to introduce you to this amazing cream eyeshadow brush. It's kind of shaped like a finger. It's kind of, it's narrowed like this on both sides. So you've got your cream brush, and we're going to start with the under eye corrector and concealer. So our under eye corrector is, I use the light peach, and it is to help with little dark circles under your eyes. So mine are like right here and right here. And it neutralizes kind of the purpley color. So I've got my under eye corrector. I'm just going to put a little bit. Well, that is plenty. And I'm just going to tap it. Right in the places that I want to neutralize the purple. So I'm just going to set it on there. I'm not going to blend it in yet. Okay, so I've got my under eye corrector on. And then I'm going to take a little bit of concealer, my lighter concealer, that I'm going to use underneath my eye over here and on my lid. This is where I do it. I'll show you all the places I'm going to put it. Okay, I'm gonna tap it here. I like to put it on my lid. I've got really dark lids, so it kind of helps neutralize the darkness. This is like opposite. It's very strange when you're doing this into a computer screen. Okay, now if you want to give your brows a little lift, you can put it just right above your brow. This is gonna give your instant brow lift right here on the cupid of your lip. Kind of give you a little lift there and right here. So that's my lightest shade. And you guys, I'm not a professional at this. This is literally the fourth time I've done this. I've been practicing over the weekend, but it's really kind of cool how it all comes together. So I've got my under eye corrector that's neutralizing my purple. I've got my concealer just right here to take away some of that darkness. And then this is where you can do some contouring with a darker shade of concealer. So this is a medium 3, and you can kind of experiment with different shades. I'm just putting a little bit on the back of my hand. And this is where I'm going to do a little contouring. So I am just, all right, I have to look in the mirror. I am just kind of painting. So this is not super dark. You could go darker if you want. So this is just framing my face, doing a little contouring. And then I'm going to do a little underneath my cheekbone here to do a little contouring here. You know what? This is not the shade that I wanted to use. So just FYI, as you're watching me, this is too orangey. This is the medium, this is medium 2. I think I like medium 3. Just so you know, if you're like, Beth, that looks orange. You're right, it does. But it's going to blend with my foundation. And then I'm going to do a little bit here on my jaw. So it's just going to kind of give me some definition underneath. Okay. And then I'm going to take some of that cheek color, the cream cheek color, and I'm just going to, I know, do I look like a clown? Yes, I do. Wouldn't it be funny if I went out like this? This was so funny when I did this the first time. Like, is this really going to work? So you'll see. You'll see how it works. All right, so this is all done underneath. Now I'm going to take my magical sponge. I'm going to get it wet. And I'm going to wring it out. So I've wrung it out a few times. And I'm going to take my shade. And what I've found, ladies, for those of you that have customers that are using the current foundation shades, The transition to the new shades are pretty comparable. I had a couple that might have been in the wrong shade to begin with, and one went a little bit darker, one went a little bit lighter. But because we've got more shades, there's more ability to get that super perfect match. But the transition has been pretty good. All right, so I've got a little bit of on my hand. I'm going to take my sponge, my wet sponge, apply a little bit on my sponge, and I'm going to dot it around. And I'm going to use this side, and I'm just going to pat. You don't want to use the sponge to drag. You want to pat it like this. This like not mirror image thing is tripping me up here. I have to look in my own mirror. I'm just taking the sponge and pressing it in. So I'm getting all of the fun underneath. It's giving me my contour, it's highlighting. Ta-da! So I've got just this nice subtle glow on my skin. And I'm all done. Ta-da! Under painting. Isn't that fun? So it's very subtle, but I've got some definition. I've got just a little bit of rosy glow from that blush that looked so bright and like a clown. My eyes are bright. The purple has been taken away with the under eye corrector. My eyes are brighter with that concealer. I've lifted my brows with the highlight above and then done some contouring here. So that's underpainting. That is how it works. And so I'm going to encourage all of you as consultants, when you can order, make sure you get your shade of foundation, make sure you've got some different concealer shades, make sure you get some of these sponges so you can be experimenting. Dawn, so are you always just patting? Yeah, with the sponge, you never want to drag with the sponge because you're going to move the makeup. So with the sponge, you're always patting in to blend. Matter of fact, that's exactly what it says in your catalog when it talks about the tool. It says, dab and blend, no dragging, no dragging. And so with liquid and cream, you are using it wet. For the powder, you're using it dry. It's a dry sponge, okay? Guests that are on or watching this recording, what you want to know, my glasses are very crooked tonight. What you want to know is that if you're watching this before the 10th or the 15th, you can pre-order. So you can let your consultant know, this is what I want. I want to get matched. I want, if you just take my current foundation and do the translation to the new, I want that. Let your consultant know. She can pre-order. So when it's time on the day to order, she can get those things ordered for you. So you can pre-order. Second, if you are a guest, ask your consultant for an appointment to get matched with the new shades. And try the two formulas. Try the luminous, try the matte, so you can see what you might like. It may be time for a change from the matte to the luminous, possibly. So, and I would encourage you to invite friends. Consultants, when you're talking to people, have them invite a friend because it really is helpful to have other eyes looking at the matches as you're doing this. I had a gal on Saturday, literally 9 different shades. It took for us to find her right shade. But when we found it, we were like, oh my gosh, that's it. It looks so good. Matter of fact, somebody else was talking about it the next day. They're like, Barb's face looked amazing. Third, the last thing that you can do if you are a guest watching this is you can ask your consultant if she would send you, we've got a 10-minute video that talks a little bit about what we do here at Mary Kay. And right now in Mary Kay, we are growing. We are looking for new consultants to represent our company. We are in need of more consultants to represent our incredible product in the United States. And so this is a 10-minute video. It's me actually talking, and you can have the opportunity to leave 5 questions after you watch. And when we give you the answers and you give feedback, we're going to put you into a drawing for $500. So ask your consultant, hey, what was that video I could watch and get entered to win $500? Let her know about that. This might not be for you. 4 out of 5 people, it's not for them, but you may be able to pass this on to somebody that could really benefit from something that helps them earn some extra money in and around life. And we would love for you to pass that on. So tonight, before we wrap up, questions, feedback on anything that you saw. Consultants, what are you excited about with this product? What questions do you have about underpainting? Or guests too? Anybody can ask questions or give feedback. So I'm going to remove my spotlight and okay.
Beth, on the cheek sticks, are they all one color or remember when they used to have the ones where they were half and half?
They're all one color. Yep. One is
Okay.
more of a coral and one is more of a pink.
Okay.
All
Thank
one
you.
color. Yeah, they're both very versatile.
So then when you're doing the underpainting thingy, it looks like you're going to have 2 different sponges because one's going to be wet and you have to wait a long time for it to dry in order to put the dry powder in. Am I misunderstanding?
If you want to put powder on top, you can. If you don't want to put powder, you don't have to. You
Oh,
don't
okay.
have to. Yeah.
So that's how good the foundation is that you really don't need the powder practically at all.
You know what? I don't, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could go either way. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to have the powder. Although, what I love about when you know the match of somebody's foundation, you're going to be able to be confident in recommending the concealer shade and the silky setting powder shade because it's all across the board. So, I had several people that purchased the foundation, the concealer, the powder, and the sponge. They got the whole package. They're like, I want it all because I want it to all know that it's going to match. So I will post a closing sheet that I used that was one of the sets that people could choose from. But people like really, they just were like, I can't believe how good my skin looks. It just, people's faces looked amazing. It's so beautiful.
For the consultants, if you have not already, I would go on to InTouch and look at the summer toolkit or summer buzz kit, whatever they call it. It's one of the links on InTouch. They have several videos about um the painting, about the concealers, about the mascara, and it's very helpful. So I would highly suggest it.
Absolutely. Yes. It is, you guys, and that is as a professional beauty consultant, you want to educate yourself, and then you want to educate yourself by tapping into the resources that are there, and you want to practice on your face. Like you standing in the bathroom trying this is how you learn, and it's part of your job. Because when I sit down with people, Saturday morning when I started doing my test panels, and I was talking about underpainting. They're like, did you do underpainting today? I'm like, I did. They're like, your face looks great. Like they could see it on my face. And so they want to know that you are doing it yourself. And is it gonna look great the first time? Maybe not. Although this underpainting thing, I was shocked. It was like, oh, okay, look, it worked. I just did what they told me to do. So that is pretty great. But taking that time to learn and really getting excited about testing with people, inviting people to help you learn about this product um, is fantastic. And then they will talk about it with their friends. Other questions or feedback before we wrap up tonight?
Thank you, Beth, for your willingness to show us how to do some of these techniques and the makeup and the information.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. I think it's helpful to see people that you know doing it, and just like it is helpful for your customers to see you. And I think the greatest thing you can do is to admit to people This is brand new. I don't know how to match it. Like that is how I started off my class on Saturday. I have some tools to help match it, but I've not done this. And my goal, ladies, my goal is to get so good at matching that I can look at people and go, oh, you're a medium 3. Oh, you're a light 7. And you only get that by doing lots of faces. Like it is not like a one and done. And so that is, that's so freeing to me. Like I'm not going to pretend like I know something that I don't. And there's no way any of us could have confidence in this right now because none of us have done it. And like no one in the company. If you've not tried it and used it, and it's a whole new numbering system, you don't have the confidence. You determine how fast you get that confidence by how quickly you put this on people's faces. So you'll get to order it on the 10th or the 15th. So that's your first step. And share this video so people can see it, and you can do some pre-selling and get people excited about it.
Well, at least I'm in good company since I'm still learning a whole